intelligent they are. In getting the tight end involved, Jesse, it just didn't work last week.
Yeah, there's no question that this coaching staff, they know the offense basically goes as their big tight end goes. And that's why they lost their last game out. They didn't get him the ball enough. And that was a huge problem. So, David, big priority. Number one for this offense in this one, get him as many touches, as many ways as you can.
Yeah, feed the big fella, the big target, the chain mover, the red zone area, but just, you don't have to be as accurate. I think that's the thing that's nice. When you're throwing to a big tight end over the middle of the field, like, he'll catch it and still get hit. It's not that big of a deal, so we got to use the big fella.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Coaches talk about third downs all the time. They emphasize it in football games, and that's a great start for this defense. They're ready for the pass, nice coverage in the back end. They get the sack, and they set the tone in this football game.
The Hawkeyes will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. He gets a block. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Husky. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. I think you're getting the offense the football back. But how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you? Get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's when to catch it, big fella.
From the gun, the ground game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
To the air, it's Locklear. Under fire. And the ball's out there after it. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse. Well, after the quarterback put the ball on the deck, he went into damage control mode and was able to get back on top of it.
Yeah, he's really lucky. And you remember, quarterbacks, they're not practicing the same ball.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So Washington's offense will have its first possession of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality. Like, all power, all those things are really, really good, but you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Pressure coming. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff. Still on his feet at the 45. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Williams will pass. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Right back to it. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Washington. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll get this drive started from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Williams looking for a man. Makes the catch. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Trying the left side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
Get it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Give to the back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. And the Hawkeyes headed quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play. Throwing right. Got him downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. New set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. The offense set for a 1st down play. Back to pass, it's Locklear. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
The Hawkeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. It's good. Now the lead is down to 11.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Send the tight end in motion. Handoff to the single back. Breaks into the open. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant physical trenches.
The Huskies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Quarterback on the keeper. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. And the Huskies will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. To throw, it's Locklear. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. A little screen to the running back. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Pulled down for the tackle.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
From the 30-yard line on 1st down. They'll leave it with him. Got enough for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
And he showed you in 2 plays why this defense has been up late at night. Like thinking about having to guard, he makes you defend the back end, throwing the football.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husky. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Handoff to the single running back. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's head back to the gorgeous Pacific Northwest and the fellas at UW.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts. They'll panic.
Turning it on! Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Williams will pass. That's caught. It's Boston. Got room at the 35. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Here's a heat. Got the first down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up first and goal. Working that left side now. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's third and goal from the 6. Here comes the heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And they'll take over first and 10.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation.
There he goes. Picks up the first down. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. And the Hawkeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense set on first down. Dropping back, it's Locklear. Bringing the heat. He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away.
Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Snagged out of the air.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. It's complete to the left. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. The Huskies are moving quickly down the field. He leaves it with the back. Open space at the 25. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be fit.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. And the punishment has been extended. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking downfield, it's Rotlier. Zings it complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
Hard running there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense putting points on the board. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. They'll run play action. Grabbed in the middle. It's Coffee. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Locklear. Setting up the screen. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Hawkeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To the air on 1st down. Looking to take a shot. He's got it inside the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
He'll start the return inside his 5. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense.
He's loose. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Fires to the tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. Motion from the back. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Husky. Quick strike through the air for the score. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. That's reeled in. It's Coffee.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Got it set up on the outside. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10?
That's a first down for the offense.
Wants to keep it in the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Locklear. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Bringing it back. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. They're working that left side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Looking left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And the returner is stopped. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. With the clock running, this should be the final play.